Welcome to the Millennial View, a brand new podcast where we share perspectives on the millennial generation and offer a personal view on current events, issues, and hot topics of our age. I'm your host, the Internet Monk, St. Luke, joined by my co-host,
your boy Van Illusions.
And welcome. In this episode, we're going to discuss something I feel like is particularly relevant to the millennial generation. We're going to talk about dating, from apps like Tinder and Bumble to the rise of ghosting and the pressure to be perfect on social media. The whole world of dating has changed dramatically in recent years. So what does dating actually look like for millennials? I think that's what we need to get into. What are your thoughts, Ivan?
Yo, before I start, real question. Are you a ghoster?
Look, I won't vanish. I won't Casper the Friendly Ghost. But if it ain't working, it ain't working. I'm not a ghoster. No, I'm not a ghoster. I don't think I'm a ghoster. What is ghosting?
Hey man, that's what we actually need to discuss. I think ghosting is, when we texting, all of a sudden you just go poltergeist. You just disappear off the face of the earth. You stop replying. Days go by. Nothing. I check you okay? What's going on? Nothing. That's ghosting. It's just disappearing from a conversation without warning.
Oh, no.
That's the key part. Without warning.
Life happens, man. No. I could be accused of that. I'd have to plead the fifth to that accusation. Listen, life happens. But if you hit me up on some, what's the dealio? I'm going to definitely be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Because, look, I've had to deal with anxiety my whole life and, other similar situations. So there are times when, look, I don't have the bandwidth to deal with this now, especially if it's fresh, especially if it's new, especially if it's not that deep and it requires too much acrobatics, too much left, right, left, right, too much of that. I'll kind of like fizzle a bit and just stop. But it isn't a reflection on the other individual, and it's not an excuse for behavior. Obviously, I would apologize and openly be held accountable for my actions, but ghosting really happens. Come on. I think it's just the way you handle it that matters. Are you a ghoster?
I mean, I try not to be.
Yeah.
I try communicate. I think communication is important. And on the topic of communication and the topic of depleting data bundles, I feel like millennials are out of the situationship data bundles. You feel me? I feel like we need to talk about situations a little bit. How do you feel about situationships, my brother?
Situationship is the name we've given to a stage in the natural progression of integrating a foreign stranger into your life. Like when you get a new organ, when you get a transplant, there's a period where your body's probably going to try and fight this thing because it isn't from your body. You have to let it accept. You have to let your body accept this thing. So that period where we're deliberately weakening your immune system so it doesn't kill this new organ and takes the time to kind of familiarize itself. That's what a situationship is.
Okay, Dr. Luch.
Yeah, dude, hey, give me my doctorate. I can't just meet a complete random stranger in the bar and then take them home onto my doctorate. Let's get into a relationship, be my girlfriend for the next, 5 years. What the hell? This could be a cycle. Obviously, we need to be in some kind of situation where we're together, but not an item. And we can do this consistently for a certain amount of time so that we can feed each other, suss each other out, and get to a stage where we're like, this person is for me or not for me. And we just gave it a name. It's a situationship. Why is everybody whining? I don't understand.
It's because of the little kids that come out and say things like, well, we're just in a situationship, so it was okay for me to see this other person. Well, we haven't committed to each other, so it's okay for me to do this. Well, I can still talk to this person on the side. People are afraid of that, but I think the problem is not the situationship. Like you said, this is such a natural thing. It's part of the progression to getting to know a person. I think it's very healthy to understand what it's like to be intimate with a person without the pressure of diving straight into a relationship, because the barrier of exit in a relationship is a lot higher than the barrier of exit in a situationship. Meaning, if you see things aren't working out, at the situationship phase, you can exit a lot easier. And I think that's what people are afraid of. People are afraid of that rejection. People are afraid of the fact that there's no real commitment there. But it is a form of commitment. It's saying, I'm going to get to know you, right? But what we lack in the situationship phase is pure, genuine, honest communication.
Communication. Right? Don't come from a place of fear. Come from a place of love and honesty and then communicate. Why are you holding me hostage? Why do you want me to be your boyfriend so that you can guilt me if I want to leave you when I can see that you're not meant for me? Why should I stay in a relationship that I don't want to be?
Okay, no. But why are you starting a situationship if you can see she's not meant to be for you?
That I didn't start a situationship. I started a relationship. If I had started a situationship, I wouldn't have to feel bad about breaking up with you or rather ending the situationship. That's why we're saying they're better. They're necessary.
I don't know. I think that's a trigger alert. Low key.
Trigger alert.
I think you have a point. Like realistically, we get into things without knowing the full scope of things. We don't understand the bigger picture or the minute details of a person. We just understand that we feel a lot, and we look at that and we say, this equates to relationship. This emotion, love, equates relationship. No, it equates to getting to know and understand. Like I will tell a woman, I think I already love you, but I just need to figure out why. That's why I'll be in a situationship, right? Because I don't know why. I don't know you from a bar of soap, nigga. We spent 3 days together. How am I supposed to decide in 3 days you're the person for me for the rest of my life? That is deep.
Just be infatuated,
Exactly. I need to understand why I feel the way I feel. Then we can take it further. We need to just allow ourselves to go through the natural progression. We need to allow ourselves, like you said, to acclimatize to this new influence in our lives.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. Like just because you have all these feelings doesn't mean it's what you think it is. And just because they look like the pictures doesn't mean they are what they are. And with that said, that's probably where the digital age comes into play in terms of dating apps, Tinder.
Oof. And social media, man. And social media will make you feel like, if it looks like this, we're taking photos on the beach at sunset, we're definitely dating. Those people could not know each other. Yo.
The pressure is getting West Side.
Hey.
Pressure,
it gets so real, my brother. It gets so real. Oh, but we look like this. Why aren't we? Well, we are not them. Those people could have taken a million. Have you ever spent time with an influencer? And they'll be taking 300 photos, not like any of them. Pick 10 and still decide on one, right? And post that. And then we're going to look at that photo and be like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. This is what I want. Relationship goals. Let's go. Then you go take your basic ass photo and you're like, well, it doesn't look like them. Oh, then they can't be loved. What? Excuse me? Okay. But no, let's talk about dating apps, man. I know you have a personal grievance with one in particular.
Yeah, man. Tinder. First of all, Tinder is the gold standard when it comes to dating apps. Only because it has the largest number, but it's also the ghetto. Tinder is Uber Eats. Tinder is not a real place. Tinder isn't something you should ever in your life take seriously. Tinder isn't the place where you come and look for them. There are success stories on Tinder, but don't come on Tinder and try and impose your worldview on complete strangers. What? Lady, please be serious, okay? If you believed in miracles so much, you would go and pray for a partner in church and wait for them to magically appear there. Don't come on Tinder and try and change the status quo. Trigger alert, you know what I mean? I don't understand people operate like that, and they always have some really uptight bio on some no time wasters. How can I waste your time? That's your time, You should learn better time management. That's what you should do. What is this? Imagine meeting someone on the first date, you'll read about them with more time. I'm like, she probably doesn't know how to manage her time. I don't want to talk to this person. Just now, her poor time management skills have turned on me, and I'll become, the guy to blame. Oh, you wasted my time. By doing what? By being human? By talking to you on the platform you came to talk to people to? What? You know, I don't get it. I personally don't get it.
Yo, also, men can't take that. Don't waste my time and be like, okay, dick pic. This is what I want. People need to calm down. You know, it's so easy to be this brave behind the screen. That's my problem. It's so easy to come across a certain type of way behind the screen. It's so easy to calculate your responses when you got the match. You know, you can take your time, turn your read receipts off, read what they said, go back, come up with a one-liner that slaps. Come back with the one-liner that slaps. You know, you can do the most when you're behind the screen. And I think that Tinder has been perverted in a sense by the niggas that come through and feel so confident and just send dick pics unsolicited. By the women that be labeling every guy that tries to talk to them just trying to get into their pants. If you think that, why are you still on Tinder? You know?
Yeah.
For real. If you think every guy on Tinder hits you up just to be inside of you, why are you still on Tinder if that's not what you want? Oh, is it because you're too afraid to go outside, go to a bar or a club and meet somebody organically? Do you not believe you have the value?
I'm an introvert. I can't meet people in person. I'm too shy. It's embarrassing.
If you're introverted but you know you've got quality, what's stopping you?
The big bad world.
There's a difference between introverted and introverted knowing you're the shit. Right? If you know you've got quality, you can go chill in the corner of the bar and know somebody's going to come up to you. Because introverts still meet people. When you go to work, you still talk to people. Right? It might take a lot of energy from you. That's also a topic for why ain't girls? This man is sexy, man. This man is sexy. Why ain't girls hollering at you? Come on.
I just wish someone would make it easy for me.
I mean, I do that. I host speed dating events. You know, I started speed dating events because of this notion of Tinder sucks. Everybody's complaining about Tinder. Everybody's complaining. Wow. Everybody wants to meet people, but no one wants to meet it through Tinder. Everybody wants to meet people, but people are too afraid to slide into DMs. You know, everybody wants to meet people, but people are too afraid to go out and talk to somebody that they see. Go be easy. It hits all of us, men, females, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you want. If you look at somebody who you find attractive, you get anxiety. People need to learn how to get over that anxiety. You know, people need to learn how to overcome, because this is my thing, right? We look at Will Smith and we think, oh, wow, he's such an amazing actor. Ask Will Smith, do you not get anxious when you step onto set? He's like, hell yeah, all the time. Doesn't matter whether it's big or small, doesn't matter how far I am in my career. I always get anxious. Anxiety just serves a purpose, as in, I'm anxious because I care about this result. That's why we get anxious. You'll never be anxious over something you don't care about. It's how it works, right? So your anxiety is just there to show you, hey, just be a little bit on your toes because you care about how this conversation is going to go, right?
Yeah.
Let that anxiety push you forward and let you talk to that person you want to talk to. Slide into those DMs that you want to slide into, right? Or come to my speed dating event where I literally force people to meet each other, and you realize after speaking to 10 individuals, hey, this thing is not so scary. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
And the people who have value, that's what I'm saying. And the people who have value, even if they're introverted, trust me, they don't leave alone.
Yeah, my problem is Uncle Waffles isn't replying to my texts. That's my problem. That's my problem. Trying to slide into all her DMs. I tried to text her on TikTok. She's like, TikTok told me, you're a nobody. You can't talk to Uncle Waffles. I tried to talk to her on Instagram. She's not texting me back. I tried everything.
That's what she's doing.
It's not working, you know?
Ghosting you.
I'm going to try on Twitter as well.
On
that note, actually.
First, bring up your stock and then try again on Twitter.
Yeah.
Social currency is important in this dating. Hey, man, I'm not saying you are. Just
you got me on blast, nigga.
Levels to this. Levels. And I love you enough to tell you the truth. I love you enough to tell the truth. Come back with 100 million subscribers on YouTube or followers on Twitter and then slide into the DM, see how she reacts.
Guys, please, if you subscribe, this is for a good cause. It's for a good cause. Help a young black boy out, you know. Black boys deserve to have dreams. I've got a dream. Help Black Boy out. Subscribe and like this video. Share. Send it. Guys, please. If you can hear me, this is a heartfelt. Just send this to Uncle Waffles. Waffles, if you can hear me, text the boy.
Can we get a hashtag for Sam in the comments below, please? Hashtag for Sam. Hashtag we love waffles.
Hashtag Sam loves waffles. I do love waffles. I love. Let me be your syrup. Waffles, let me be the syrup. Waffles, come on. Waffles need syrup. I can be the butter, whatever. It doesn't matter. On the note of, Twitter, I would like us to talk about the tweet.
Hit us off. What's the tweet of the week, man?
I saw something pretty interesting, actually. I'm trying to find it now. Look, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm going to read the tweets anyway. The tweets come from user Sim at who the fuck is Sim, WTH, whatever handle that is. But he says, I'm dating to marry. Nothing less. Stop wasting my time. The next tweet, getting back into dating is scary. Like one red flag and I'm ghost.
I wonder which tweet came first, eh? Now that I'm deeping it, I wonder which tweet came first.
Do you think that changes the context?
I mean, it'll be kind of sad if you're like, yo, everything's a red flag, and now automatically you're like, I'm dating to marry, bro. Nothing less. Stop wasting my time.
Who the hell are you gonna marry that has no red flags?
That's what I'm asking. Who hurt you? You okay?
Who's this guy? First of all, does he think he doesn't have any red flags? Should we all be different on people because of one red flag?
Bro, imagine. And now we must start this relationship because he wants to date to marry, remember? So he's not going to go into no situationship. No, I like you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You just killed it.
2 days later.
You summed it up.
I see a red flag. Sorry, we got to break up with the girl.
You summed it up.
It's not working for me.
It's the red flag. The fact that this guy is looking to marry but is avoiding red flags, it's like, dude, you're never gonna get married. You should be looking for a situation so you can suss out the red flags and then find your wife. What the hell are you doing?
This man's been hurt way too many times to stress about no situationship. Imagine. This man is gonna marry you, not know what your toes look like. You take off your feet, you take off your shoes, he sees your feet, he's like, oh, red flag. You don't do your toes. I'm out.
I would like to give this man a hug. I don't know.
Yeah, for real. I think he needs help. I think he's going through something seriously traumatic because I believe we need to get to know each other before we worry about even marriage. Before we even worry about dating, we need to get to know each other. All right, let's go in the situationship. Let's be honest with each other. Let's talk about what we want and our desires, but we don't have to actualize them now. Just because I want to be in a relationship and you want to be in a relationship doesn't mean we have to jump into it. Right? Because your relationship might look completely different from my relationship. And we need to find the bridge to that gap. Can we even bridge that gap? Can we find parity? Can we meet in the middle? Right?
How do you do that?
You communicate. You get to know each other. Yeah. You try things out. Right? Based off good communication. If we say, cool, I want to meet you every day. And I say, cool, I want to meet maybe 3 times a week max, right? Let's meet 5 times a week and see if that works out for us. Okay, no, this is not what I wanted. I'd rather have somebody who wants to meet me every day than somebody who wants to meet me 3 times a week. Cool. Sorry I couldn't be that person for you. I hope you find that person. We can still be friends though. I think you're really dope. No one wants to have that conversation.
Yeah, people are scared of rejection.
And people are falling in love based off trauma. That's all I'm saying.
Come from a place of love. In all that you do, including relationships, situationships, your life, your work, whatever it is, come from a place of love. Come from a place of genuine love. Look inside yourself and find some love and then bring it out and go into situations with that so that you don't hold people hostage in relationships just because you're afraid of being rejected. So that you don't stop yourself from going out there and meeting people because you're afraid of being rejected. So that you don't do things that are counterproductive to your goals, to the things you're trying to achieve because you're too afraid to be honest with yourself. And just communicate and speak your piece, speak your truth.
Come so from that you don't let love. Your insecurities affect the relationship.
Bars.
Speaking of red flags, though, back to the tweet of the week, Sam. What are your red flags? Tell me something. Not your red flags, but what do you find as red flags in other people? Give me your hottest one. Your hottest one. Come.
Indot if I can hear that phrase at any point in my life, my head would combust. I would spontaneously catch fire. I would, oh my fuck.
But what if she's saying you must do the most when you're down there, man? You must do the most when we're in bed.
A man must apply pressure. What are you? What are you, a diamond? What am I applying pressure to? Are you a wound? Are you bleeding out? Why the fuck am I applying pressure? No, I feel like no. This is just humor, but my genuine red flags is the way people perceive the world. And fortunately enough, that is something that can change. So I don't walk around trying to label people, red flag, write off, cancel. No. My red flag would be, I don't agree with the way you perceive the world. If you'd like us to have anything in common, then we're going to have to find some common ground. But if you're adamant on perceiving the world in the way that you want to, then obviously we're not going to work. That's just, so I'm always expanding all the thoughts. I'm always going to be the one to be like, look, we can try and make this work. But if you live in a version of Twitter in the real world, then yeah, it's obviously not going to work. Those are my red flags.
My guy, that's high level thinking. And on the topic of high level thinking, what I feel is there's certain things that people don't have the mental aptitude for, right? Some people can be like you and flexible, you know, and if you're open and flexible and wholeheartedly, that is who you are to your core. It's very possible for you to, for instance, marry a person that doesn't subscribe to your level of religion or your type of religion. But I think the general public and the general average person doesn't have the mental aptitude for that. So if you see somebody believes something you don't believe in or views the world in a completely different way, don't go into that relationship. Because what you're doing is dating that person based off attraction, you know, based off trauma bonding, right? If you guys don't have the same views, it's going to be so hard to make that work over a course of time, bro. Because when things get real, you're going to default to your beliefs. They're going to default to their beliefs. Then you're just going to clash over that on top of the things that are already difficult, right? We need to accept that sometimes a person is just not for me, no matter how badly we want them to be for us, you know? And if a person can change, it doesn't mean be with them to change them. It means live your life and see if they change in the ways that are going to make them compatible to you. Yeah. Do not try influence that change, because that's what people try to do. I like you because you're beautiful. I like you because you make me laugh. Let's see if 3 years down the line, we're going to be more aligned. No. You don't even know if you're still going to be the same version of yourself in 3 years. Yeah. You feel me? Why? Let's just save ourselves the stress. Not everybody that you feel so deeply for needs to be your partner. They can just be a friend.
Yeah, it's coming from a place of fear. You know, it's like when you find genuine connections, you're so afraid that you won't find them again, that you want to hug them, that you want to own them. You go from trying to love the person to trying to possess the person. So you want to keep them in shackles. You want to be their ball and chain. That's where the saying comes from. You want to imprison them with your love because you love them so much, as opposed to just loving them as they are, even if you don't own them, even if the love isn't structured the way you would like. And that is unfortunate. That's why I just feel like everybody should come from a place of love, and you know, dude, we're all here together, and we're all we've got. Let's try and make it better for one another.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say in regards to that. Because if I even touch this thing anymore, I just might become radioactive. So I think we're gonna wrap up.
All I have left to say is don't get into a situationship with a fuckboy and be surprised that you get hurt.
Man, don't trigger me because now I'm gonna ask you what a fuckboy is. You know what? We'll talk about
We all
that
know.
episode.
We all know what a fuckboy is.
I don't
We
know.
all
I don't
know what a
because
person for the
I've been
streets
called
is.
one. I've been called one. There's someone we both know that has labeled me some things, and you know what?
Don't worry,
Let's
I've
not-
been there too. Sometimes it's just a
let's not
look.
get into it.
Sometimes it's just a look. But yeah, that's me. That's my take. But wrap us up, Sam.
I bet. Situationships, they're not the devil. Communicate better. Try better. Come from a place of love. Tinder, the ghetto. I don't know. It might work for you. You know what I mean? Social media, not the real world. We're not gonna be on the beach every day. Let's be realistic. Meet some people in real life. Go to a speed date. You know, check out quickies.
Shout out quickies.
Try something new. Try something new. You know what I mean? That's all I've got to say in regards to that. This has been this week's episode of the Millennial View. Join us next week as we continue to reflect on the pulse of the millennial generation and offer fresh perspective on the issues that matter to us most. Don't forget to follow us on social media, like, share, comment, tag Uncle Waffles, guys. Tag Uncle Waffles, bro.
Hashtag Sam loves waffles.
Hashtag Sam loves waffles. Fuck, I love it. You know what? Like, comment, subscribe, share. Meet us here again. This was the Millennial View. Thanks for tuning in.